Hey, it's Collado. I'm just gonna show you a quick rundown of what I got yesterday because I went to South Coast Plaza Mall in Costa Mesa, California. And I just want to show you what I got because what I saw there was super interesting. But first off, I really want to talk about this really cool installation that was there. This is not sponsored whatsoever, but I just thought this was really cool. And I just really wanted to show you guys. Hopefully the battery doesn't run out before I finish. Okay, so the installation is Van Cleef and Arpels. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And the installation is called The Poetry of Time, and it was absolutely gorgeous. I wish I would have filmed, but I was kind of just caught up in the moment because it was just so beautiful and intriguing, the installation. So practically what this installation looks like is this. You can still visit from, it started from May 4th to May 16th, so you do still have a couple days. I went yesterday, me and my dad just went shopping. As I was there, I just happened to walk past this installation. It's very well guarded because the watches are insanely expensive, but I mean, I think they were I think they're worth it because they're absolutely gorgeous. I'll tell you a bit about the pricing a little bit later on. I just really want to talk about the gorgeous, like, and intricate beauty of these watches. So like I was saying, I was walking right past this exhibition. There's security guards all around and you can't really see into it. But I was walking past, I saw that there was like a registered line and a walk-in line, and I was like, I wonder what that is. But then I caught a glimpse of like the little sign that was in the front, which is similar to this. And I was like, ooh. So I Googled it, a little link pops up. It says, actually still register so to go see it, because I honestly think it's really cool. If you guys can see it. So you just go to the website, you scroll a little bit down to here, you click on this, and you can make a time slot. A time slot is probably better just because it makes the process so much easier and you don't have to wait in the walk-in line. You can just walk into the registered line and you'll go in quickly. So as I was walking, you can honestly register the day of. I think, at least that's what I did, and it was a pretty crowded day. I registered literally like as soon as I saw it. I Googled it and I was like, ooh, this is interesting. I registered myself. It took less than like 2 minutes to get registered and everything. You just put in your email, your general information, how many people are going in, yada, yada, yada. So I ended up registering and I'm so glad I did because it is absolutely gorgeous. Probably one of the most beautiful installations I've ever seen personally. And I know if you're not a fan of jewelry, like, I get it. But this installation was just like made me appreciate, you know, the creation and beauty and intricate parts of making jewelry. I have a very fond love for watches. They represent a lot for me, and I just really enjoyed seeing this whole installation. But anyways, let me get to the part about showing you. So anyways, I registered and I was lucky enough to get a time slot at 3, which gave me about about an hour to continue walking. But I went to another store to go get another item, which I'll show you later on in the video. But it gave me enough time to come back and see the installation. Obviously you can go in walk-ins. I don't think it takes too long. The lines weren't super big. There was only like a couple, maybe 4 people in the walk-in line. I don't know, people I guess weren't really intrigued, but I thought it was such a beautiful installation and you should definitely check it out as soon as you can because it's going way soon. But you can probably see it in stores. Not this installation, but the watches. Let me just talk about how gorgeous these watches are. Sorry, my nails are bad, but whatever. I need to take all this gel off. Okay, this was like their main piece. It was so beautiful. There's so many variations of this watch, but I don't know if you can see. So instead of the numbers being on the sides like a normal watch, the numbers are like right here. And whenever it hits midnight, these 2 little pieces will connect in the middle and like smooch. So they're 2 lovers and they'll smooch in the middle when it's 12. It was just so gorgeous. Okay, I just have appreciation and just I'm like in awe of how beautiful this installation truly was, because I've never seen anything like it. I just appreciate how intricate and, you know, detailed these watches are, because they're absolutely insane. Like, that was just one interesting one, but like there's so many. Like, look at this one. So like, it moves all the planets, like the constellations and all of that. Like, it moves them around as the time changes, and it's like what we would see in the universe, you know, actually happening. And then this one's like the fairy wings, and it's just so interesting. All of them were honestly so intriguing. And the one that I was like really fascinated by, like especially because they were just like something I'd never seen before, was the zodiac ones. They had so many like in there, like they were just so fascinating. And just the way that these watches move, and just wow. Like this is a 24-hour watch, and you can see like the planets all move. There's like every single planet in there. It's just absolutely gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. Something that I've never seen. I just took a picture, but like, but it's okay, it's okay. I recommend it to everyone just because it's such an amazing opportunity that you get to go see it. This installation, it's gorgeous. I do want to talk about the pricing though, a little bit. The pricing is pretty crazy, but I understand why it's that expensive. So you're looking anywhere from like 100,000 to 300,000 for like one of those watches. It's a pretty astronomical, no pun intended, sorry. It's like a really big number for like a watch, but it makes sense because these watches are truly like very intricately thought out, something that you would never see, and it's not everyone's taste, but I just recommend that you at least go see the installation because it's beautiful. Just go see it. Just go see it in person. It's gorgeous. Even though if you can't afford it, I know I can't afford these watches, but like they're gorgeous. I just really have so much appreciation for artists, especially people who make something so unique and intricate. And I know this probably may not be like the first person who's made watches like this, but I just find them so fascinated as someone who appreciates art very much. So yeah, recommend it to all you people if you can, especially for those living in California. If it's near enough for you to go, I recommend it so much. I have a collection of watches actually. I keep them in here. They're cool. This is like one of the cool ones that I think like is intricate. It's not as intricate as those, but so this right here, it'll show the moon and the sun whenever like it rotates. It's really cool. I love this one. This is like part of my starry night collection, and this one just reminded me of the night as well. It's pretty, it's gorgeous. And then this is my last one, which is one of the most expensive watches I think. There's a really good story behind this one though, which I will eventually tell, but practically it would have cost me a lot more than originally. It was practically a bid to see who can get it, and I got it. But this is very meaningful. Hopefully I'll tell this story about this watch one day, but it's just gorgeous. I love it. The stars and stuff, it's just amazing. It's not to brag or anything, because I do save up money for these watches, and it's taken me a while to get these. I only have like 3, but I really do appreciate the watches and like art and stuff, and I understand why things are expensive and like why things are so expensive. And I know certain people get mad about like, I would never pay that much money for that or whatever. And I completely understand that that's totally your opinion, but I think there are things that, you know, definitely deserve to be that expensive. And I understand completely why this collection of watches is so expensive. The next item that I got, which was why I originally went there. So quick backstory. I have been collecting the Elizabeth and James Nirvana perfumes. but unfortunately they do not sell them anymore in any place that I've gone. Nordstrom used to carry it. They had every single scent. Can't find them anymore. I've looked online, there's only like one left, which is the bourbon, which I do have, but these were definitely my favorite ones. The black one was definitely my favorite, and unfortunately it ran out, so yeah, I have a little mini one, but I was trying to see if by chance they had one, which they didn't, so yeah. But I went to this Nordstrom's particularly in Costa Mesa because it has a lot more selection than most other Nordstroms, and at least in my experience, I've gone to other Nordstroms and they don't have as much in particular, or just, you know, they have so much people to help you and get, like, find what you're looking for. Because I've gone to other places and they're like, I mean, this one's similar, but it's really not similar. They didn't recommend this one, but I found it. So this is similar to that one. It's not exactly the same. It's a bit stronger. It's a really strong smell. It's definitely an acquired taste. Now that sounds so weird. Like an acquired taste. I put this in quotations. It's not for everyone. Not everyone's gonna love this flavor, this scent, but I really enjoy it. And I know people are gonna be, that's such a waste of money, because it is on the pricier side. I swear I'm not wasting my money just like throwing it at, okay? I'm not, all right? I don't want you to seem like I'm not appreciative of my money. I definitely am. I don't really own many perfumes. I actually don't own many perfumes because I just try to like finish one as I go. And I've finished like at least 3 of my perfumes in the last couple of years. So I don't buy them very often, but it is an investment just in myself because it makes me feel better. Just having that scent on makes me feel like very confident in myself, very much better. And whenever like someone walks past me, they're like, oh, you smell like really good. And I was just like, makes me feel good. But that's not the point. I just really like the smell of this, and it's very distinct, and someone's gonna be like, wow, like that one smells really nice. Like, what is it? Like, what is it called, you know? So I ended up getting this, and I usually share my perfumes with my mom. Hopefully me and her will share this one, but I don't know, because she didn't really like the other one. But I am gonna get eventually the other one. The other one is called Delina and Rose. So maybe I'll get that in the future, but I got that, and I also went to Barnes & Noble. Some ASMR. No, I'm just kidding. Oops. If it falls out. I'm trying to break it. Okay. Oops. It's gorgeous, huh? You see the thing, but oh, it smells so nice. The thing about perfumes that I've realized is that at first, whenever you like try them on, I speak from experience, but certain perfumes, like, you're not like completely in love with it. There's some that are, but for example, I know like half of the ones that I sprayed on, I was just like, this is not my style. But then after I left it on, because like every person has a different scent to them, and whenever you mix it with other things, like you're gonna get a various scent. So for example, if I were to spray this on and then someone else were to spray it on, it would not be the same smell. It would be slightly different. After I sprayed it and walked around, let it dry, and then I realized that I was absolutely in love with this perfume. I love the scent of it. When I first sprayed it on, I also loved the rose one, but I ended up going with this one because it was just such a nostalgic smell that I had. It was so distinct and something different that I really loved, so I got this one, and it's cute. It's gonna go amazing with my collection of perfumes. Yeah, this bad boy will definitely last a really long time. Even though it looks tiny, it will last a while. So yeah, gorgeous. And it looks really nice on my bookshelf, so that's a plus. But yeah, if you want to get a really good smelling perfume, I recommend the YSL Opium, or the Valentino, or the Versace. Those smell amazing. Also, I know the Juicy is really good. And obviously a classic is Chanel. Everyone smells amazing in Chanel, so recommend that if you guys are looking into perfumes. That one I would recommend to people who really enjoy strong scents. So yeah, but the other one, the Delina Rose, that one's very popular, and I know that a lot of people love that one, so I recommend checking that one out. Last thing, I went to Barnes & Noble because this is the time that I regret being a fast reader sometimes. It's amazing because I read books really quickly and just help with that and just education in general, so that's great. But I'm a fast reader and it sucks because then I read through books so quickly and then now I have to get a new book. Yeah, okay. Let me show you that last thing before my battery runs out. Okay, so I got a couple books because I need to study poetry. I need to study poetry. I got, of course, the Odyssey, the Iliad. I've read them before, but I need to brush up on them. I got The Hill We Climb by Amanda Gorman. I always forget her last name. It's really tiny. It is definitely overpriced, low-key. It is very much overpriced. This is probably an overpriced book for what it is. I understand that it's commemorative and all that and blah, blah, and it's like very important, but I just think that it is not worth $15 because, I mean, for what it is, it's so tiny, so tiny. Like, these books, they're bigger than that, and they were worth like $7, which is, I don't know, it might be pricey for some people. I don't think that's super pricey. A regular book like this would be, you know, like a good $15 to $20. This one was $15. So I thought it was gonna be cheaper. Boy, was I surprised when I paid for it. But I think it's a nice staple to have. It's poetry, so I need to brush up on that. And I got her Vogue magazine because I thought it would be a nice centerpiece. A nice centerpiece. I will put it on in my apartment eventually. I was gonna get the Billie Eilish one, but they didn't have it in stock yet, so I will be getting it eventually. But yeah, I got that. I hope to brush up on some poetry and just general reading. I did buy a bunch of fantasy books, but I bought those a while ago, so I'm not gonna include those. Yeah, that's it. I might include something. I am sorry for the terrible lighting. I really am. I would turn on. Okay, last thing that I got before. Oh, they also closed the Barnes & Noble that was originally there in Costa Mesa that was nearby that mall. I don't remember what, I think they turned it into Bloomingdale. I don't remember what they turned it into. But it's a different store now, so I was originally gonna go there, but then I remembered that it's closed. So instead I went to another Barnes & Noble and got it. But yeah, coolios. Anyways, let me show you the last thing that I got at the Costa Mesa Mall. So I'm not really a coffee person. Oh my gosh, but my family, friends, and all that love coffee, and I love making them coffee. I literally have like 4 or 5 coffee making things, but I have the cups and everything, but I was missing the espresso shot cups. They have water stains, sorry. They did not dry well, thought I wiped them off, but yeah. It's really cool, cute. I believe for a set of 2 it was like $15. Yeah. And I also got the little Nespresso pods. I don't know if I'm mispronouncing them, but I got the, what did I say? The vanilla custard pie. That one, according to my dad, is very strong. And you can obviously tell when you first get it. Usually you can tell how strong a coffee is by just the smell and how like overpowering it is. So that one I noticed that was really strong. So if people who like strong coffee, I would recommend that one. And then the Bianco Lagera is very like smooth, very rich, not too strong, but it has that nice flavor. I don't drink coffee, so I'm not exactly sure, but that is from what I've learned about making coffee and stuff like that, that is what I've learned. I will say that the Nespresso is really nice because you don't really have to push many buttons. You kind of just pop in the pod and you press the button on top and that's it. I like that one better than the Keurig just because the flavoring that they have is really nice. You can get a very well flavored coffee that isn't like too like artificially flavored, at least in my opinion. I think I like that one, but I will say that the Nespresso gets a lot more pricier than the Keurig, because the Keurig, the pods are a little bit more affordable, as the Nespresso, they're about like $1 per pod. And the Keurigs are a lot cheaper than that. But I think if you're just like a person who likes get it, gotta go, I would recommend the Keurig just because it's quicker. The Nespresso, it is quick, like I said, because it's just one push and button. Typically, the one that we actually use is neither the Keurig nor the Nespresso. We actually use an espresso machine, and it's where you press down. Let me just show you. You press down and you use it like this, and it's just a lot more authentic, a lot more easier to use. That one's pretty easy. We have other ones, but I found that that one's probably the easiest to use, because for someone who usually makes my parents coffee and their friends and like family members, that one's a lot easier. It's a lot more convenient because you can put the milk right next to it. However, I think the variant, if you like it like a lot more hot or a lot less hot, then I would recommend another one. I can do a whole video on that too if you guys want, but I don't think you guys care. That one I recommend, and it's just easier. It's just 1, 2, 3 and you're done. I recommend for people who are just like, they're not that much of a coffee lover, but they do like getting their coffee in the morning, the Keurig. If you like a little more refined taste, I would recommend the Nespresso. And if you have a little bit more time, I would recommend an espresso machine. Sorry, I needed water. I would recommend the coffee espresso machine just if you want like a very much more authentic coffee taste. Yeah. Okay, that's it. That's all I got. That's my haul. Sorry this video was so long. I know I don't post. I'm sorry. And I'm not going to promise that I'm going to post again, because I usually break my promises on that. I typically don't ever break my promises, but on this, I do. I just always forget when it comes to you guys. So I'm sorry, and I'll try to post. I'm not going to promise, but I will try to post a lot more frequently than before. I won't make promises, but I will try. Okay. Remember, stay hydrated. I love you. Bye, guys, because the battery's running out.